Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with an exciting update here in regards to next week events. Now that the game files have been data mined and added in since the patch yesterday, we actually can confirm there is going to be a Nimrod event next week coming up. So, finally getting an access to his event free to play. He's the last member because we do right now have that monthly event where there's Omega Sentinel Shard. So really, the big question mark was Nimrod, and when he was coming, it does look like it's going to be next week, which is once again in alignment with about 30 plus days for ever since his introduction into the game, and now finally getting the free-to-play event for him respectively. Now guys, having said that, what's really interesting about next week is that there's going to be a different kind of mechanic involved here that we have not seen yet in Marvel Strike Force that requires war defense, actually, surprisingly enough. So war defense is going to be a big factor, and I also want to point out they're also making an effort to anti-hoard. So they're actually, noticing players hoarding energy, in this case campaign, ISO 8, and so forth. And now they're actually doing something about it because they're splitting it into multiple multiple streams. So that way, we're not able to really hoard as much as we can, especially using our critical resource and power cores. So let me show you the data mines real quick, and then we'll jump into the details here. So this is the event right here. It's called Swamp Showdown. And as you can see, this is the earning of Nimrod shards and as well as T3 ISO 8 materials. Now, keep in mind, this is not a leaderboard event. So we probably won't have to go as crazy on this event as the current one, just because, we're not fighting against other players to maximize the potential payout here of the purple ions, right? Now let's go through this. Gain progress in this event by spending Dead of Night energy. So remember, this is the same showcase energy event that we're using right now in Twilight Vigil. Collecting Swamp Army Orb fragments from ISO 8 campaign nodes, and using Mercs for money, Out of Time, and Superior 6 characters in Alliance War. Earn rewards including Nimrod shards, T3 ISO 8 materials, Dark Diamond credits, and more. You'll also earn points towards a new month-long Midnight Hunt milestone by collecting silver bullets and the Holy Water. So that's what's going to be available here. And as you can see, this is new right here. This war defense scoring. So you can see, to earn points for using a character on war defense, number 1, set the character on defense before the war starts. While the war is active, enter the Alliance War mode, and then boom, just like that, you're going to earn points for that character once per war. So these are the respective gear tier points. It looks like how it's going to get scaled, right? Mercs for money characters, if you have that at gear tier 17, 18, or 19, you're going to get points. If you have Out of Time, 17, 18, 19, you're going to get points. And then Superior 6, if you have them at 17, 18, 19, you're also going to get points. So I think they're going to be pretty specific about the Superior 6, which means we likely won't be able to use Sinister 6 characters. So as long as they have that tag there, that's what's going to be added. But what's even more notable is that I'm glad this is not a leaderboard, because you can get quite a few points if you already have some of these characters built up. So for me, next week, the focus is probably going to get the monthly item and then whatever shards I can of Nimrod. Typically, the events they have for this aren't too crazy difficult to achieve free to play, but it does look like that some of the potential farther out milestones or even borderline dolphin stones, whale stones, if you have characters at gear tier 19, it's going to give you a really, really good shot here. I know I got my old man Logan at 19, so that's going to help out for sure. But Black Knight's Out of Time, also gear tier 19. But aside from that, everybody else is gear tier 18, 17. Most of them at gear tier 17 or lower. So I'm probably not going to be able to do too well in this event, but that's okay. But what's even more notable, guys, the Swamp Army Orbs, remember, this is from the ISO 8 campaign energy farming, right? It contains shards for more Sentinel, Annihilators, and top rate teams, along with Dark Promotion credits and Crimson Gear. So I'm also interested in this orb that's coming up, because this is going to give us a good preparation here for not just the next legendary character, but more shards of Sentinel coming up. And as well, I'm interested in what top raid teams mean. Like, does that mean some of the fodder shards, or is there going to be some exclusive ones? I think it's probably going to be fodder, because they specifically pointed out Sentinel and Annihilators, but we will see in due time. And obviously, if you guys are gunning for more Dark Promotion credits and Crimson Gear, that's going to be super helpful. But yeah, I don't think that's going to stop me, guys. My game plan right now is, since I know it's still an ISO 8 event, I'm probably still going to hoard campaign energy for ISO 8. So you see, I'm already maxed out. So what I'm going to do here is I probably will use some of the energy today to finish off the objective, the daily objective for ISO 8 campaign today. And then what I'll probably do afterwards then is I'll just hoard. So you can see, you can just simply just tap it and it's going to generate, right? So you can see it goes over, but we want to use this first today before the end of the day. That way it can add at least a milestone. But yeah, that's gonna be my game plan, guys. I'm gonna hoard and farm some of the ISO 8 because it's gonna make the event easier for me next week myself. And also, I recommend it because we're no longer hoarding campaign energy, as that's getting used for the current event. Now, the reason why they figured it out now, guys, the reason why they're probably feeling better about these events is that they're forcing us now to farm fragments or points from 2 streams. That's why I noted earlier. So ISO 8 campaign is one of them, and then the other one is also the Dead of Night. So this is the current one that we have ongoing right now, and I've just been farming it as well because there's opportunities for candy if you have Blade unlocked. But yeah, this adds points to the milestone for Twilight Vigil, and this one's hard because we're already fighting for a leaderboard event. I've been coring for this one as well, but it looks like now they're forcing us to make the decision between the two, and by doing so, it does hinder our resources a bit, right? Because at that point, if you wanted to hoard, let's say for next week's event, you would have to core for both right now. You would have to core for ISO 8 energy, and you would have to core for the showcase energy. But, you know, funny enough, in this case, we're already doing a showcase energy event in Twilight Vigil. So that's what I mean by they're trying to figure out some nuances to prevent us from hoarding and prepare for future events just like this. So they're paying attention, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll make do, guys. I think next week, we will see what's in the data mines, and then I'll determine what my plan is. But hopefully it's not going to be a third back-to-back showcase energy event, because if that's the case, yeah, then we have to start kind of picking our battles in terms of maybe skipping some weekly events. So that way we can actually hoard and save up energy like the one I'm doing right now with Twilight Vigil. The reason this one's important is because I really want to capitalize on as much ISO 8 purple as I can. So even landing in the top 5,000 and top 10,000 is going to be nice because that extra boost and obviously getting me closer to unlocking Odin and completing Dark Dimension 8. So there you guys have it. A quick rundown of next week's event. Yes, Nimrod's finally coming in the way of free to play. So that's great to see. He's the final member because right now we still have those Omega Sentinel shards in the monthly. But I think we still need some shards of her because it's not enough. There's only 50. So stay tuned, guys. There should be something else that tops up her, maybe in the way of another event or some sort of feeding event. But I'll keep you guys up to date. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, how you guys feel about it. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.